Today we have with us a 2021 Renault Kiger. This is the RXL model, which means it is one model less than the top model of this car. Now, if you are looking for a top model review of the car, we've already done that on this channel and you can find a link to that in the description down below. In this video, we're going to be talking about the styling, performance, features, practicality, comfort and the pricing of the RXL model. So let's get started without any further ado. Let's start with the overview of this car. The reason why the Renault Kiger, in my opinion, is a very important car for the Indian market is because of the aggressive pricing of this car. This car starts around 5.5 lakh rupees, which is an amazing deal. The reason is the compact SUV that this car is, in all other segments of compact SUVs such as the competitors like the Tata Nexon, Kia Sonet, Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza or the Toyota Urban Cruiser, all of them have a price tag of almost 8 lakhs and above. But this car has decreased that price to 5.5 lakh rupees, which means that it will increase the competition in the lower segments of the compact SUVs. And that is why I think that the Kiger is a very important car for the Indian market. So with that, let's start with the styling of this car. The Renault Kiger has the Renault styling inbuilt into it. I mean, at first glances, you can confuse this car to the Renault Kwid because I would say it's a Renault Kwid on steroids, which necessarily isn't a bad thing because the Renault Kwid also is a really nice looking car. Now, the stereotypical look of this car gives this car a much bolder and a sportier look, which really well suits a compact SUV. Talking about some things in this car, for example, the DRLs which are given over here, also the indicators which are integrated below the DRLs of this car, and the headlamps, just like in many Renault cars, have been given as a separate thing over here, and as you can see, they are halogen headlamps in this car. Buying the top model, you would get LEDs, but in this car they are normal halogens. Talking about the grille in this car, we have chrome treatments over here, but there is a chrome lining that can be bought as an accessory, which looks excessively cooler in my personal opinion. Other than that, some other things such as the sportier lines which are given on the hood of this car, they also look really nice. The side profile of this car is also quite cool. Starting with the wheels in this car, we get 16-inch steel wheels in this car, although in the top model you do get diamond cut alloy wheels with the same size of 16 inches. The section of these tires are 195, which means they're quite wide and provide a lot of grip to the car. Another thing that I like is that they have given piano black finished ORVMs in this car with integrated indicators, which look quite nice. Now, one really cool thing about the Kiger is that it has been given a floating roof design. As you can see, it's body colored blue from here, it's body colored blue from here, but the back portion of this car has been given a black finish, due to which it gives this car floating roof design, which is quite trending these days and in my opinion looks quite good as well. Finally, coming to the rear side in this car, it has to be one of the most beautiful looking rear sides in my personal opinion. These accentuating lines give this car a very sporty character, and for an SUV, a sporty character looks very nice because, to be very honest, SUV means sport utility vehicle, and that sporty character is really cool for an SUV. Badging in this car, we get the Renault badge over here. In the top model, you would get a reverse camera within this Renault badge, but not in this model. You get the Kiger badging over here and the Renault badging over there. The tail lamps in this car also have a really unique C-shaped design from here, but if you look at it from here, it actually has a D-shaped design from over here. So that's a small little Easter egg in this car. And the last but not the least, another sporty character in this car is the rear spoiler. Has been integrated really well and goes with the look for the car, in my opinion, really nicely. Now, if you talk about the interior styling of the Renault Kiger in the RXL model, you have a completely rubberized steering wheel over here. So in the top model, you get a leather finish on the top end, but not in this car. But that's completely fine. If you talk about other things over here, we have this silver finish over here with the black, which gives this car a very nice contrast and it looks quite good. And the overall build quality of this car everywhere is very nice. You do not find any kind of rattles like opening anything, closing anything. Yes, a lot of plastics has been used, but that is the case for any kind of car in the same segment. And even if you talk about the plastic build, the plastic is not of low quality, it's quite high quality plastic, so I don't think that you're going to have a problem sitting inside the car anywhere. And as I told you, everything has a very solid finish, so I don't think that the Renault Kiger is in any kind of disadvantage over here. Very nicely built, quality everywhere, and it's also quite nice to sit in. Now time to talk about the performance, mileage and the service cost of the Renault Kiger. First off, let's start with the performance and the engine options. Well, you do get a 1 litre petrol engine capable of producing 71 brake horsepower and a maximum torque of 96 Newton meters. It is both available in manual and in automatic transmission. Talking about the mileage and the service cost, well, mileage can be expected around 20 kmpl and the service cost, according to some internet resources which I have linked in the description down below, will be around 10,624 rupees for a period of 5 years, which in my opinion is very justifiable. We're going to start with the features and the steering wheel of this car. It is a rubberized steering wheel. It is not multifunctioning. It is just a standard steering wheel with a horn in between and a very good fit and finish. Talking about other features in this car, when you talk about the driver instrument cluster, this is a completely LED instrument cluster. It is not a display like in the top model of this car. You actually get a display over here, which is very cool. Once again, if you haven't seen that video, I'll link that in the description down below. Go check that out. We get the tachometer of this car over here, and I'll show you actually how it looks. If I start this car into accessory power once again, you can see this is how the tachometer of this car will be. You get the engine's temperature gauge over here, the fuel meter over here, the engine lights over here, and then this display which tells you the digital speedometer in this car. It gives us how much the car has been driven in total. It gives us trip A, and then the button to control this display is actually given over here. So it's very sneaky, and I love how they have integrated it really well in this car. You press this button and it gives you the fuel used. So since this car has been refueled, since that time it has used 2.7 liters of its fuel. Obviously it's a showroom car, it gets started but it doesn't drive so much. That's why 2.7 liter has been used and the car has just been driven for 4 kilometers. Then we have the average fuel economy of this car. Again, as I told you in the performance and mileage, it gives much better fuel economy than this. Then we have the average speed of this car, we get the trip B of this car, we get range, and then we get the instant fuel economy. Right, once again, we are in the showroom right now, we're not driving this car, that's why it's showing us some dashes, but while you're driving this car in real time, it shows you the instant fuel economy at that time as well. And then last but not the least, you get the service interval of this car as well, which will tell you how much time or how much kilometers are left for the next service of this car. So that's about the whole driver area. But then we move on into this area, which is the radio system of this car. In the top model, once again, you get a completely touchscreen display which gives you a lot of other features as well, but in this car it's just given you a standard radio system in which it gives us radios such as FM, M and AM, and then you also have Bluetooth in this system, which is a great addition. And other than that, it's a fairly standard with 6 radio presets for turning on the FM and stuff in this car. Moving down below, we get the AC controls, obviously one zone climate controls at this price point. In this car you get manual controls, but then again in the top model we have been given completely automatic climate controls, which is a nice addition. And then last but not the least, the next feature of this car has to do with the key. In this car you do get central locking, as you can see over here. We have the lock and unlock button of this car. In the top model you get the smart access key, in which you get the start stop button and the keyless entry. In the base variant of this car you do not get central locking, but in the RXL model you do. Starting off with the practicality, let's start with the glove box, and as you can see, it is a very large glove box. You can easily keep a lot of stuff over here without any problem. It's very well organized as well. You can see we have this compartment for keeping the owner's manual separate. We have this compartment for keeping some stuff. We have card holders over here, and that is the general glove box as well. You can easily keep a lot of stuff over here, so I don't really think that space wise you're gonna have a problem in the glove box. But moving on to the center console in this car, we have a dedicated place for keeping your mobile phone so that it doesn't rattle around. They have given a great lip over here as well, so that under braking or acceleration the phone doesn't fly off. Under there as well we also have another storage cubby. You can also keep your phone over here as well, and as an accessory you can also add a wireless charger over here in case you wanted to charge your phone on the go. Moving behind the gear lever in this car, as you can see, we have a small storage cubby over here as well. and you can open this armrest as well to reveal a bigger storage cubby. So over here as well, you can see practicality wise, I don't see any kind of problem in the Kiger. They have very large storage cubbies given everywhere. Now as an accessory, you can also get a cup holder tray over here so that you can store cup holders over here as well. So what happens is you can close this and then you have two cup holders over here for keeping your bottles and cups. So that is also very nice. Talking about the door pockets in this car, as you can see, we have one bottle holder over here and we have a general storage cubby over there as well. So the door pockets are also very practical. The rear door pockets in the car also have a similar kind of story. You have a 1 liter bottle holder over here and then a slanted storage cubby over here for keeping and stuffing some stuff over here. Moving inside the cabin, you do not get seat pockets for the passenger or for the driver's side seat in the car, but as these are fabric seats, obviously you will be getting seat covers for the car, so you can easily keep things in the seat cover pockets that you get in the seat covers as well. Moving to the center console, you get a 12-volt charging socket for the rear passengers for charging their mobile phones. But the most important part of our practicality session, which has to do with the trunk. So if we open the trunk of this car using the request sensor given over there, you can easily see that the trunk of this car is very large. Actually, the industry leading at 405 liters. You can see you can stuff a lot of things over here without any problem. Going on a family road trip is going to be really cool. You can also remove this as the cargo tray from here and from this side, and then you have this parcel tray over here which is quite sturdy, as you can see, so you can stuff some things over there as well. Now talking about comfort in the Renault Kiger, sitting in the front seats, you get fabric seats in this car. Given the price point, really not a big deal at all. In this car, the seats are very comfortable and that is actually what matters. And anyways, you're always gonna get seat covers for your cars just to protect the original fabric or the original leather of your cars. That's why seat material really doesn't matter. The seat comfort is what actually matters. And in this car, seat comfort wise, I don't have a problem. Being the front seats, I can move the seat back and forth. The back is back and forth however I want. So really going for a long road trip in the car, being the front seat passengers, really not going to be a big problem. For the driver, however, you do get another customization, and that is of the adjustable steering wheel in this car. You can easily adjust that however you want in height. So really the front seat passengers very comfortable in the Renault Kiger. Let's see what the story is back there. Okay, so coming into the rear seat of this car, I have loads of legroom. Like that's like 4 or 5 inches of legroom. Once again, I am 6'1". The driver's seat is adjusted to me, and when I come into the rear seat, this blows my mind away. Talking about headroom, I have about 2 inches of headroom as well. So this car is very spacious. Space wise, I do not have a problem, like a single problem in this car. The seat material is obviously the same as the front ones. We get the same fabric seats in the rear as well. They're also very comfortable, very plush, and going for a long road trip, I will not have any problem. Coming to the middle seat in this car, the transmission tunnel in this car is negligible. It's almost as if it wasn't there, so I can easily keep my legs in this position as well. Like in other cars, I do not need to keep my one leg over here and the other leg over here. I can easily keep my legs over here as well without a problem. The middle seat of this car also has the same material. It's very soft over here as well. In many cars, you would see that the middle seat is sometimes a little on the firmer side, but not in this car. So I don't have a problem over there as well. And the best thing in this car is that you also get rear AC vents that are directly over here. So this also is a great addition to the rear seats. Overall, going for a long road trip in the Kiger, really not a big problem. Now coming to the most awaited segment, that is the pricing segment of this car. Now the Renault Kiger starts at around 5.5 lakh rupees. That is the showroom price. And if you want a detailed comparison of the prices of all the variants of Renault Kiger, you can see that on your displays right now. Keep in mind that these are the ex-showroom prices and the registration costs depend upon the state that you live in. Feel free to pause the video whenever you like. And so that was a detailed review of the RXL model of the Renault Kiger. What do you guys think about this variant? Please do tell me in the comments down below. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, share this video as much as you can, and a subscribe to this channel would be amazing because it gives us motivation to create more such content just for you guys. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.